So about 3 days ago, I had one of the most conflicting things I think possible happen to me. It was just like any other shift, and I had a customer and his friend inside of the store. I was just going through their sandwiches, you know, doing all the stuff I gotta do for the subs. And all of a sudden, somebody came in that didn't have the best stature in the world. I'm just gonna say, she looked homeless. I think she was homeless, if I'm being honest. And usually whenever a customer comes in, they have to line up at the door, not anywhere near the counter. And this woman went straight to the counter, so I was like, I already know what's about to go down. I walk over and I'm like, is there anything I could do for you? Do you need a sandwich? And she's like, I'm just looking for now. And I could just tell that this woman was up to no good, but she was homeless, and I didn't want to say anything because, like, you know, people are struggling out there. I don't want to be like a bad person. I understand the struggle that people go through, and I just don't want to like make assumptions. But she was standing right at the counter, right next to my tip jar, and she was taking my tips, and she kept touching the bags of cookies on the side. So I was still making this customer sandwich, and he kept looking over to her and looking back at me, looking over to her, looking back at me, and I already knew what was going down. I was like, this woman is 100% stealing my tips, but I'm gonna wait a second before I walk over. There was like $2 in my tip jar, and there was a couple cookie bags. Well, all of a sudden, I just see her hand go straight into my tip jar, and I walk over, and I'm like, whoa! I'm like, ma'am, you gotta get out of the store right now. In my mind, though, I was so conflicted because this woman is clearly struggling, but at the same time, she is stealing from me. If she asked me for literally anything in that moment, I probably would have gave it to her. Give her $100, give her a meal, do anything, you know, just to help out, because I love helping out. But when you steal from somebody, that is just, there is nothing in my mind that makes me want to help a thief. I'm sorry. My situation is a little different because I don't need the tips from Subway, but could you imagine stealing from a minimum wage worker in somebody's family business? She stole like 4 packs of cookies and the tips from the tip jar. It was probably like $10 in merchandise in total, including the tips. And I was just like, this woman has some nerve to walk in and just do this. I would have legitimately gave anything. And I guess she got her free cookies, right? I mean, like, sorry, I shouldn't make a joke out of that, but she did. She got her free cookies. And I was just standing there in my mind, just so conflicted. And I talked it over with the customer I was with. But first I said, ma'am, you have to leave. Never come back to this store. I'm sorry. But I was talking to the customer and I was like, what do you think of that situation? Like, what could I have done? And he was like, dude, you had a lot more patience than I would have had. I would have gotten the merchandise back and I would have called the cops on her. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that, but that woman had some nerve, to say the least, you know? So I kind of just let her walk out, and I have her on the security footage. Maybe I should release the security footage. What do you guys think? But yeah, that was pretty crazy, I'm not going to lie. If she's out there somewhere, I hope that you're doing better. I mean, it's only been a few days, but like, make better decisions in your life, please. Everybody watching this, have a great day. Go do something nice for somebody else in the world. They might need it more than you can even imagine. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And eat fresh. Peace!